Columbia, a layup from Malaysia Fulwiley ignited a thunderous reaction from the 18,000-strong crowd at Colonial Life Arena on Sunday, as South Carolina sought to set the tone against No. 7 UConn. However, the Gamecocks couldn't capitalize on the momentum. Despite an early 8-0 run from the Huskies that gave them a 15-point lead in the second quarter, Fulwiley's layup brought South Carolina to within 10 points with 5:11 remaining in the half, forcing UConn coach Geno Auriemma to call a timeout. The crowd roared in response, and it seemed like an opportunity for the Gamecocks to take control. But when play resumed, the Huskies came out of the timeout still composed and disciplined, quickly answering with another 8-0 run that exposed South Carolina's lack of grit and execution. The result was a disappointing 87-58 loss that ended the Gamecocks' 71-game home winning streak. "You can pull out different stats, and they're all going to end the same way," said South Carolina head coach Staley. "We did not perform well in any area." Looking back at the full 40 minutes, it was clear that South Carolina struggled on both ends of the floor. The Gamecocks, who typically feature several double-digit scorers, lacked offensive fluidity and failed to sustain any momentum. UConn, by contrast, played with discipline and precision, stifling South Carolina's offense and exposing its vulnerabilities. In the first quarter, UConn's ball movement was crisp, resulting in 3 three-pointers and points from 6 different players. South Carolina's Tahina Paopao had a strong start with 2 three-pointers, but only 3 Gamecocks scored during the entire quarter. "I felt like we didn't have much ball movement," Paopao admitted. "It was a lot of ball screens and not much movement on the weak side or strong side. We have to do a better job recognizing that early and getting everyone else involved." UConn's defensive strategy dismantled South Carolina's offensive flow, forcing the Gamecocks into poor shot selections. After Paopao's early success, South Carolina's shooting fell off dramatically, finishing the game just 3 of 17 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, UConn not only made its shots but also dominated the boards, grabbing crucial rebounds and getting to loose balls first. The Gamecocks were unable to capitalize on their missed opportunities, finishing with only 6 second chance points compared to UConn's 11. "It's very much embarrassing," Paopao said of the loss, calling the defensive effort trash. "It's not who we are. We have to do a better job giving effort and being mentally and physically tough." UConn's rebounding dominance 31 total and fast break execution 31 fast break points proved to be major factors in the blowout. The Huskies moved the ball effortlessly, recording 22 assists on 31 made baskets. Azzi Fudd, who had recently scored a career-high 34 points, torched South Carolina in the third quarter, scoring 18 of her 28 points in that period alone. Fudd went 6 for 10 from three-point range, hitting several wide-open shots that exposed South Carolina's defensive lapses. "They hit 13 threes. That's damaging to your defense from a physical and physiological standpoint," Staley said. "They had their way with us." The loss marks a sobering setback for South Carolina, who will need to regroup quickly before heading into the rest of the season.